Hello, everybody. This is your boy Ken, aka MrGentleman, and I am the host of MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast. If you are enjoying this show, you can also check out the Premiere Boys Podcast, hosted by myself, Aaron Keith Sands, the Star Rider Rod, and Long Live Chief Mighty Mal, where we discuss everything that's going on in the culture, from love, relationships, music, sex, politics, and many more. We can make you laugh, but the show could get a little raunchy, and it may not be for everybody. But if you are curious to listen to the Premier Boy podcast, you can tune in to the Premier Boy podcast every Wednesdays at 12 a.m. or all podcast platforms, a part of the Premier Powerverse Network. Other shows that you can check out on the Premier Powerverse Network is King Talk with Aaron Sands, hosted by Aaron King Talk Sands every Friday at 12 p.m. Star Time Podcast hosted by the Star Rider Rod every Monday at 12 p.m. And Welcome to the Trilogy hosted by Long Live the Chief Mighty Mel every Tuesday at 12 p.m. Listen and support every show in the Premier Powerverse, including this show, Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast, who is also a part of the Premier Powerverse Network. Thank you for listening to this message and check out the show. Chill! You are now listening to Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast Season 9. Chill! Hello, everybody. This is your boy Ken, aka Mr. Gentleman, one fourth of the Premier Boys Podcast, and your host of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. And welcome to another new episode of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Hope all is well. And on the episode, we have our special guest. She is a returning guest. The last time she been on the show was season 4 of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. That was back in 2021. I finally got back on the show. It's season 9 of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. She is also the host of What the F is Nana. We got Niah back on the show. And we're going to talk about 90's music, well, all things music, and many more. This was a really, really fun conversation. I can't wait for y'all to hear this episode. So y'all already know what to do. Sit back, relax, and I'll be right back.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Mook Dallas, and you are now listening to the Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. And at this time, it's time for Mr. Gentleman Facts, quote of the day. And today's quote of the day is, no matter what, always fight for what you believe in. And I say this because we are living in a time where women are losing the right to choose what to do with their bodies. Black history is being erased from schools, museums, and other places. And we all are losing our freedom to speak because a certain individual don't like what people are saying. But even though all those things is going on, we all have to go on our platforms, whether it's social media, whether it's podcasts or other platforms, and speak out. Because you never know who will hear this. So if it's something that you really believe in, just go out there and speak out and do what is right. And that is today's Mr. Gentleman Facts, quote of the day. Hello, everybody. This is your boy Ken, aka Mr. Gentleman, and I am the host of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. And this commercial break is brought to you by Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. On Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast, we interview many guests about their life journey, pretty much where they come from and where they at now. Also promoting their brands or whatever they're doing at the time they come on the show. We also have the host talk about personal stories about himself and everything that he's been through. And also we have fun conversation about anything music, anything old school, relationships, wrestling, and many more. And y'all can tune in to Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast every Sundays at 12 a.m. We are also on every Thursdays at 12 a.m. for Spin-Off Series Thursdays, where we have all of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast Spin-Off Series all in one day, where we have a conversation about music podcast every first Thursday at 12 a.m. The Old School Show with myself and the Star Roddy Rod every fourth Thursday at 12 a.m. And we have Date Night Talk Podcast with myself and Miss Vanna B every second and third Thursday at 12 a.m. And y'all can tune in to Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, The Pods, and many more. Or y'all can check it out on the official website of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast, www.realmrgentlemanlifestylepodcast.com, www.realmrgentlemanlifestylepodcast.com, and tune in every Sundays and Thursdays at 12 a.m. for Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Thank y'all for tuning in to this commercial break of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Back to your regularly scheduled program. Cheer!
Hey, this is Niah Contact, and you are listening to Mr. Gentleman's Lifestyle Podcast.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. And at this time, I got my special guest. She is a returning guest. This is not her first time on the show. This is like her about to be her fourth time on the show. The last time she was on the show was season 4 of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast, and that was in 2021. We are now in season 9. and she is the host of What the F is Nana. We got Niah back on the show. Niah, how have you been doing?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for having me back. I know it's been a while, but I'm here. Have to represent from where it all started. But I'm doing well for the most.
Well, there you go. And welcome back on the show. Yeah, it has been a long while, but happy to have you back. And for a little background story about how I knew Niah, me and her went to junior high school together. So
yes.
And that was many years ago. And now she have her podcast show, What the F is Nana. She been killing it. We got to dive more about that, update and stuff like that. And I just want to say I'm proud of you. And yeah.
Thank you. Likewise. I'm super proud of you. I see what you're doing. Keep grinding.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. And of course. But for those that don't remember, reintroduce yourself. Like, where are you from?
Okay. Hello, everyone. So this is Niah Contact, aka Who the F is Nana. I am from Brooklyn, New York, born and raised in Crown Heights, the home of the Labor Day parade that just passed. And I am, I call myself a social introvert, but I'm starting to get out of my shell here or there. But as of now, I am working in the social work field, just balancing out, life with professional as well as this whole podcasting world. And most importantly, I am a mother to one son who just started his sophomore year in high school, which I'm super proud of. He's on a football team and he's been doing his thing. But that's pretty much it to sum it up in a way. But I'm just ready. I'm a little nervous, but it's nothing to a giant.
There you go. So I'll ask you some icebreaker questions before we get to the main event topic. So what is one thing that brings you peace?
So one thing that brings me peace is spending time with my son and just watching him grow into such an amazing young man that he's destined to become. And, it just makes me so proud because I just remember, these years go by so fast. I remember him being a little baby and now he's taller than me and, he's been working out. He's actually, the one who's been motivating me to like take walks and run and, be consistent in the gym because ladies and some guys too, I know during the pandemic, we put on a few pounds, and then when you reach your 30s, that metabolism slow down. So it's just about just balancing more so just being a healthier version of myself and, not being too hard on myself, but just making sure that I'm doing what I need to do so that way I could be just as strong to continue to be in the superwoman that I am to my son.
And there you go. And I could relate to, gaining weight because I gained a lot of weight and then I lost a lot of weight. So yeah.
See?
Okay, yeah, so I know.
So that's just, how it is.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. And what's in your headphones right now? It could be a song, an album, or even a podcast. What do you listen to right now?
So I've been checking you out. Of course, got to check out the person that put me on the scene. And like I said before, you've been doing your thing. So shout outs to you. As far as with music, as you know, I am a big 90s R&B fan, but I've been listening to some of the newer artists such as Mariah the Scientist. She has an amazing album that came out regardless of everything that's been going on with her and her situation. I've been listening to, I love Janae Aiko. I love Vito, Eric Bellinger. I love, like the real R&B. Of course, my man Chris Brown, Tiana Taylor. She's been doing her thing. She has an amazing album. So, I like to just hear good music, something new, refreshing, as well as, vibe on things that just remind me of certain things, that good old R&B.
I agree with you on that. And of course, we're going to dive more into, your favorite era and good music. And also, thank you for being a fan of the podcast too.
You're welcome, and thank you. A lot of people may not know, but I haven't been as consistent with my podcast, but you always been such a strong supporter. Whether I'm posting little clips on my IG page, whether I'm taking a little hiatus from podcasting, you always been like one of those people that continue to do what you do, and it's not too many people like that, especially in a podcast community that's, not afraid to show love to others. So shout out to you with that. That's real dope and that's very real of you.
And thank you. And of course, especially as you're like a close friend of mine, I'm going to support you no matter what. And like I said, happy that you're doing your thing. So yeah.
Thank you.
But speaking of the podcast, now you didn't mention it. What your podcast show is called? What the F is Nana? So
yes,
tell us about the process of getting an idea, how the idea came together, and tell us what it's about for those that never heard the show.
Okay, so who the F is Nana, or like other people say, what the F is Nana, depending on how you feeling on each and every episode. It was just more so. I decided to come up with this podcast just to, be a voice for all my concrete roses out there that's just been, glowing and growing throughout life. Just letting them know that no matter what happens in a certain chapter, it's not your entire story. Just, you got to keep on moving. There's a lot of things that you may be uncomfortable with in order to become comfortable, and just expressing yourself through food, fashion, visuals, the arts, and just, taking it one day at a time, not being so hard on yourself, because at times we can be hard on ourselves, and just being that voice to let people know, like, listen, yeah, I went through some things, but listen, this is where, I didn't let it deter me from my goals, and, whether it's professional or work life, and just continue to shine and grind, and just be in that safe space for people to just express who they are as individuals, as well as what they want to become, and just manifest that, and just be proud of the beginning era.
And there you go. And like I said, I do listen to your show, from the guests you bring on the show, from your personal stories, from your crazy stories.
It's a lot. It's some spicy stuff too.
It is. But like I said, I do enjoy it, and I'm looking forward to you to bring up more episodes. So
thank you. It's more so who the F is Nana. I'm 37 years of age, so I try to bring it back from chapters as far as I can remember, as in my becoming era of, I know you and I met while we were in junior high school.
Mhm.
So a lot of people always felt like it's some sort of mysterious aura about her, like she's so
Yeah.
quiet and stuff. So it's just more so just, you know, breaking my shell and just letting people know, like, listen, this is who I am. I may be a little quiet or laid back or so, but I go through things, and certain things that was meant to break me, that motivated me. And I just want to be that voice for someone that, if they feel like they going through their breaking point and they don't know if, what's the next step, or this is over. I just want them to know that, listen, 15 years ago around this time, I felt that same way when I lost my fiance to gun violence. And during that time, yes, I had to process it. Sometimes I do, grief is an everlasting thing, but it's just
Yes,
more
yes,
so
yes.
about just keep on showing up, not only for others, but most importantly yourself. You can't you can't pour into an empty cup. You have to make sure that your cup is halfway full. So it's just more so just continue to grind. And life is a whole bunch of roller coasters. You're going to have a lot of ups and you're going to have a lot of downs, but you got to be able to really enjoy the ride and appreciate it, because a lot of people aren't able to get on the ride or appreciate it as long. So, just being that voice for everyone that's just going through things, and letting them know that you're not one chapter, that doesn't define your whole story. And, still being stylish and beautiful with it. And that's just pretty much it.
And there you go. And like I said at the beginning of the show, I am proud of you and keep doing amazing things, because
Thank you.
like I said, we both came a long way, both being quiet in school,
Yes.
and
Yes.
now we're doing amazing things. So once again, I'm
Yes.
proud of you and keep doing your thing.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So for those, if anybody want to listen to the show, where they can listen to your show?
Okay, so you can listen to it on Spotify. I know Anchor, they did the merge, so now everything is on Spotify. I'm looking into different platforms right now. Um, so that's pretty much it. I'm in my revamping era right now, so stay tuned for that. Of course, I have to come back on Mr. Gentleman's podcast to drop the bomb on that, but we definitely have more in store.
Oh, there you go. And speaking of revamping, what's the next step for your podcast, and what other project that you got going on?
Okay, so the next step of my podcast is to have a co-host, which would be my sister, my older sister, who she has experienced the same loss as far as with her child's father. So just more so, hearing her views on things from, a certain perspective on her level as far as how it made her feel, and just being that voice for individuals. Whereas, just letting people know that the show doesn't stop. You just have to keep on moving. So I will fully get in full depth off of that once everything is clear. But as of now, just stay tuned, and we gonna vibe how we vibe.
There you go. There you go. And I'm looking forward to everything you're about to do. But
Thank
but
you.
but now it's time for the main event topic. And as you know, this conversation is about music.
Okay.
Not my spin-off show, but a regular conversation about music.
Okay.
And this is gonna be a conversation. So you go. I'm going to ask you a question. I will join in on it as well. And then
Okay.
yeah, that's how we gonna do it. So
Okay.
the first question is, I already know the answer to this because you pour it, you speak about it all the time. But what is your favorite era of music?
You already know that good old 90s R&B. And the reason why I say that's my favorite ever is because the vocals of the artists, the soundtracks to the classic films, I just love it so much. Like, I even did a 90s R&B Christmas theme last Christmas. That's how much I love it. Because if those that don't know, I'm the big DIY queen. So I did like a cute little 90s R&B theme. It was so pretty. So I was proud of myself on that. I love it so much.
Well. I already knew this already. So, but I'm actually more question about your favorite era. But
Okay.
but my favorite era. I mean, I do love the '90s music too. I mean,
Okay.
I love R&B. I love
Who's
all
your
music.
So who's your favorite artist out of the 90s?
When I ask that question, I'm gonna get to that. I got you.
Oh, okay, okay. Look at me.
but I love 90s music. I know it's 2000. I love 80s, 70s,
Nice.
Motown, mainly R&B.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't front. I do like some of the current R&B people. I kind of like
Okay.
some of them, not all of them, but yeah. I mean, of course, R&B is my favorite. I do listen to a lot of all types of music, but R&B is my number one.
And why is R&B your number one?
Like I said, when you listen to the old school, you could tell by when you heard the lyrics and stuff that you could tell that you could feel it.
Yeah, they poured their heart and soul into the tracks.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Cool.
Which I got a question to ask you. So I got a question
Sure.
to ask you. So how do you feel about Troop? All I do, no. So all I do is think of you. How you feel about the song Troop version?
I like it. It's cool. I like Troop.
Okay. So
Yeah.
how you feel about the B5 version?
The B5. I mean,
Yeah.
I like B5 also, but of course you gotta go with the originators. So Troop. They gonna always classic is always better. So
So
I like that.
so I will go a little deeper. Have you heard the Jackson? Have you heard the Jackson 5 version of All I Do Is Think of You?
I haven't.
You
That's
did.
interesting.
That's the original
Oh
version.
wow. You
Yeah.
see, I'm so caught up into the 90s R&B. I'm thinking they just started everything, but you know what? They've been sampling, but it's just something about that era that I love.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't the biggest fan of the Troop version, but when I
You
heard,
are?
but I wasn't not that version. I wasn't.
Aw.
But when I heard Michael Jackson, Jackson 5 version, I was like, whoa.
I could imagine. Now I gotta listen to it now. I'm interested.
But of course, but the thing is, of course, if you're a 90 fan, they're gonna always say Troop version is better. But I
Hmm.
prefer the Jackson 5 version, even though Troop
But
version. I
you know
mean,
what?
no, yeah,
I love Jackson 5, so I might renege on that. So I might recant on it and just really say, hmm. But I'll let you know how I feel about it. I have to
yeah,
take a listen to it.
yeah. I got another example. You know the song Love Train, the old school song Love Train. I
Is that
know.
by the OJs?
I forgot the name of the old school version of it, but I know.
Okay.
But I know the 90 version. Drew Hill did it. Drew Hill did it. The 90 version of that.
Hmm. I actually went to Baltimore when we were in junior high school, in the sixth grade. We went out to Baltimore and we saw the actual Drew Hill.
Oh
So that
wow.
was interesting to know that that's where their group name originated from, the Drew Hill out in Baltimore. So that was cool.
So yeah, and then also Silk Sonic, with Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak, they made a
I
version of it
love
too.
them. I love
Hallelujah.
them. Oh my
Hallelujah. Yeah.
God. I love them.
Now they
I was
some.
just listening to like some of their music and I was like, oh, okay, this is the vibe.
They are.
So
Yeah.
it's cool.
Yeah. I wait for them to come out with a new album, another album.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I
All right.
think
So
is he dating? I'm sorry. Since you just mentioned that, is it from Silk Sonic? Not Bruno. What is his Anderson?
and Anderson .Paak, Anderson .Paak.
Yes. He's dating Mariah Carey now, right?
I think I heard that. I heard he is.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
he is. I think he is.
Maybe they should come out with an album.
Fact. Well, I
We'll
know.
see.
Well, I know Mariah about to come out with a new album. I know that.
Yeah, I'm happy that she finally got a knowledge at last night at the VMAs. So that was so finally about time.
I agree.
And-
I agree. Same here. Same here. But let's get back to it. Get back to the main topic. All right. So what is one thing you love about the 90s? What's something that you do like about the 90s?
um, so one thing that I love about the 90s is the style. Like everyone had their original style. Like like I always said, I call it the triple three. Brandy, Aaliyah, and Monica. Those are
Fact.
three young ladies that came out during the same time. Completely different style, everything. And they were all dope in their own unique way. And I feel like nowadays that's what's missing. Everyone looks the same. Some people
Fact.
sound
Fact.
the same. So I kind of miss that era. And I'm happy that Brandy and Monica are going on tour.
Yeah. Yeah. You know
Now,
what? Oh, continue. My fault. Continue.
no, I know you mentioned as far as what I dislike. Um, The only thing that I dislike about the 90s era is that it only lasted a decade. So it's
Yeah,
pretty much, it was a few one hit wonders or so, but mostly like everyone from that era, they, they legends in my eyes.
yeah, that's a fact. I agree. I agree. But you know what? I got nothing. Nice. Let me get to this question because you asked me this question earlier, so I'm trying to answer this question. So
Okay.
what? Who is your favorite artist from the '90s? Give me two males, two females, one rapper, one singer, or maybe two rappers,
Okay.
and singer, and also your favorite group. Top
Okay.
your five. Give me. I'm gonna say. Give me three guys group and two girl group. And I do the same thing.
Okay. So for my favorite, you said two female artists at first.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Um, okay, so I would say my girl Brandy. Love her voice, absolutely beautiful. And of course, I have to go with baby girl Aaliyah. They both just had that. Like I love Monica, don't get me wrong, but those two right there, love them. As far as with the guys, I love Tevin Campbell, of course. And then let's see. I like I would say Avant. I know that's like what, but Avant, he has a beautiful voice too. Like I was listening to his album and I was like, okay, the ones that didn't make radio, and I was like, okay, I hear him. So those two, as far as with groups, my two main groups of all time from 90s, even outside of that, is gonna always be TLC and Destiny's Child for me. As far as with the males, it's gonna always be Jagged Edge and Drew Hill.
Good picks. I can hold you. Those are good picks.
What about you?
I can hold you. This is hard. So for the guys, I can't believe I'm gonna say this on the. I can't believe I'm gonna say this on the show. There was one time saying this. One time saying this.
Uh-oh.
Guy. One time saying this guy. I gotta say R. Kelly. One R. Kelly
You
definitely one of
know,
them. R. Kelly definitely
I
one of
was
them.
trying to be cute. I was trying to play it cool. I was. I didn't want to rough.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
know.
lot
Yeah,
that but
yeah,
he is R&B. That's
yeah,
right. Him and Babyface. That's 90s R&B. But
yeah,
go
yeah.
on.
Yeah, definitely. R. Kelly definitely for the guys. For the guys.
Yes.
One of the guys for R&B. And I think the second one I'm gonna say Giovanni. Giovanni for the second.
Yeah, he just got to stop performing like how he was performing in the 90s. Like the knees is not kneeing,
Yeah, facts,
falling
facts,
off the
facts.
stage, but he definitely has some classic hits. And
Yeah,
as far
definitely.
as with the groups,
Well, hold on. Oh, well, I would add Usher, but
mm,
I prefer Usher in 2000 than the 90s. I do like
same.
some Ushers in the 90s, but I rather 2000 Usher. He evolved.
Yeah, he definitely did. With
Yeah,
what was that album? Confessions?
shit. Yeah,
What?
yeah.
Classic.
That is a classic. That is a
Yeah.
classic. But for the women,
Mm-hmm.
I agree with both your picks, Brandy and Aaliyah. I love both of them. But them
And
two for the night. Yeah.
what made you choose those two as well?
Oh, bro, I always been a fan of Brandy.
Yeah.
Even outside the '90s, from everything
Mm-hmm.
she do, from movies, TV shows, singing. I love one of my favorite songs for Brandy is "Almost Doesn't Count." So
Yes.
yeah, like Brandy, yeah, definitely, definitely the Bible verse vocalist. That who they call her.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
and Aaliyah, I just mad that her life was cut short. I feel like she would have been bigger if she was still alive now.
Yeah. And
Debbie was an amazing talent for
and
real.
when you think about it, she was just so young.
Yeah,
During the time of her passing, we were, still, young
yeah,
in our
yeah,
early teens.
yeah,
And just thinking about it now, like, wow, she didn't even reach her 25th birthday. So,
yeah,
yeah, such a tragedy. But
yeah. It
her
is.
music lives on. And one thing I can say is that a lot of the Gen Zs, they know her.
Mm.
Like they wear her shirts, like that's how like they think like, oh, okay, 90s R&B is old and oh y'all
Yeah,
old
yeah,
heads.
yeah,
They
yeah,
know
yeah.
Aaliyah, so that's dope to know.
It is. It
And
is.
I'm grateful to really get to experience her in real time, her music.
Yeah, me too.
So
Me too. Me too.
Yeah.
And for the groups, group is the one because I like a lot of '90s group, but I gotta say, Boyz II Men is one.
Yes.
One.
Why didn't I think of that? Oh my God, I must be so nervous. It's been a
it,
while. I
it'd be like don't worry, it'd be like that. I'll be forgetting stuff too. So yeah, I'll be forgetting stuff too. I get it.
I'm gonna can I swap out one for Boys
Yeah,
to Men?
yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
swap out Jagged Edge. I love them so much, but definitely Boys to Men. Oh wow.
Yeah, but
Yes.
yeah, but to men, yeah, they. I can't wait. I can't wait for the documentary and the biopic about to come out soon. It's in the
Yes.
works. So yeah, wait to men one. 112. 112 is
Yeah,
another
they
one.
good too.
Yeah, 112. And I heard they're going on tour. I think all of them going on tour. All four of them. So
Uh-oh.
that be fire. About time.
Yeah, right?
Um,
That'll be
uh,
cool.
yeah. Also, I mean Drew Hill. I do love Drew Hill. Drew
Yeah,
Hill
True
definitely
Hill's good.
definitely them. Um, for the girls. TLC, I do like TLC.
Mm-hmm.
TLC definitely, and
Yes.
SWB.
Yes, Coco,
SWB,
Lily,
yeah,
Taj. Yeah, they're dope. I like them.
yeah. But also, well, I forgot to add this one. So I'm gonna just add this in. What about rappers? Give me two guys and two women.
Rappers, as far as like in the
Yeah,
90's,
90s. Yeah,
or
90s. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so favorite rappers from the 90's, I would say, Tupac, definitely Tupac. Very ahead of he way behind, way
Yeah,
ahead of
yeah,
his time. Like it's just such a tragedy as well because he died young.
yeah, yeah.
I would say Biggie for his storytelling, but I'm gonna go with Jay-Z.
Yeah, of course, of course, of course. And I like Big and Tupac as well.
Mm-hmm.
Of course I do. Of course I do. They both legends, of course,
Yes.
and both were cut too short. But
Yes.
but of course Jay Z got to be on my list. Jay Z got to be on the list.
Yeah, he's Brooklyn, you know.
Yeah, Jay Z
Gotta
got to be on the
represent
list.
for Brooklyn. I mean, Big is Brooklyn too, but
Yeah, yeah,
Jay-Z, he let us see like where it can lead to.
yeah,
Whereas with Biggie and Pac, it was more so like, what if?
yeah, yeah. Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So, and
But
Nas is doing his thing too.
and that's another person I'm gonna say. Nas. Nas was another person I'm gonna say. Nas was another person I'm gonna say.
Yeah. He came out with a great album, King's Disease.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, he's doing his thing.
He came up with three of them.
Yeah, but
Three of
I
them.
think which one is the one with I think it was King Disease 2 with Charlie Wilson, Brunch on Sundays or so, or
Yeah, 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 yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. So yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, Nas came up with 5 albums within 3 years. That's crazy.
Sheesh, wasn't playing.
He was not
Listen,
playing.
listen. If he could come for Jay with the
Yeah.
that diss record, what? He is something. And, he still looks, young and vibrant. So I love to see that. I love to see how hip hop has grown throughout the years as well. So that's so.
Fact. And for women, the two obvious ones, Little Kim and Foxy Brown.
Of course.
Two obvious ones.
Of course. I would love to see them like back during like the pandemic and a little after when they did the verses and stuff.
Yeah,
That would have
yeah.
broke the internet.
Yeah, it would have definitely.
That would have broke the internet.
Yes, definitely. I,
So
I remember a long time ago. I met Foxy Brown a long time
did
ago.
too.
Randomly too. Randomly at that. Like at a Chinese restaurant, and she was randomly talking. It was crazy.
Wow. I'm I met Foxy Brown. It was a bittersweet situation. Foxy Brown was real close to my great aunt Connie, and she passed away in a car accident back in 2003. And Foxy Brown came to the funeral with her mom, and people was looking at her, and I'm like, "Who's this person?" And she sat right next to me, and she gave me a compliment, and that's how I came up with Nana.
Oh,
A lot of
nice.
people don't
Wow.
know that,
Oh,
but
wow.
it was just like, oh, okay, she called herself the ill Nana, and I'm like, well, hey, Nana, not thinking that I would ever like do a podcast, who the F is Nana, but it was just more so kind of represented, for the concrete girlies, the Brooklyn girlies out there. And she was just, she was a sweetheart compared to, the things that people were saying
Yeah,
about her
yeah,
on the
yeah,
news.
yeah.
But, sweetheart.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, she was a very nice person when I met her.
Hmm.
Right, right.
And you know who else I met as a child, which is crazy? He's a legend too, Heavy Z.
Oh wow, yeah, wow.
I met him. Yeah, I met him when I was like 6.
Mm, yeah,
And he told me
definitely.
to stay in school and continue. Like, it was like a school um trip or so. And I was just like, oh, the teachers is going crazy for him because back then, he was one of the biggest artists.
Yeah,
And I never figured out that. So, it's cool.
yeah. Heavy D definitely was dope, man. Recipe to the legend.
Yeah, rest in peace. Yeah.
So, so who from the '90s era do you want to see come out with a new album today?
Um, what's so crazy though? Because I'm seeing a lot of people coming back. Like we have Raekwon. I heard he has a
Facts.
dope album that dropped. I have to take a listen to it. So a lot of our OGs, they've been coming back and they've been coming back a little hard. Like,
That's a fact. That's a
so
fact.
I can't even say who I want because even like with, my R&B girlies, they're coming out and, they still doing what they do. So it's a beautiful thing to just see them, at a higher level, more experience. Whereas in the 90s, everyone was just so fresh and young and didn't understand the business. So it's good to see them now. Whereas, they took a break and understood how the industry is. And now, they own in their power.
I mean, that's a fact. A lot of people within the last 2 years, from like either the
Mm-hmm.
'90s and 2000 era, been coming back. Mariah about to come back. The Clips came
Mm-hmm.
back recently.
Yeah.
LL Cool J came back. I think last year he had an album. Eminem had an album last
Oh
year.
wow.
Will Smith. Mad people came back
Yeah.
with
So it's
album.
good to
Yeah,
see that because you know how
yeah,
they say like I know for a fact, like with hip hop, they always say it's a young man's sport. So it's good to see a lot of the OGs, still letting people know, like, listen, this is hip hop. Because when you
yeah,
think about it, from different genres and stuff, you have the rock stars, whereas rest in peace to Ozzy Osbourne, he
yeah, man.
performed and, he passed away weeks later. So,
Facts, facts.
so it's good to see like our originators from the beginning, at least from the early 90s. I know hip hop came out back in 75,
Yeah.
70, no, 73. So it's good to see, like, them just still doing their thing and, continuing with the arts rather than, something refreshing because nowadays I'm going to flip it on you, classic Nana. I'm going to come on your show and just flip it a little bit on you.
Oh
How do
boy,
you
come on.
feel about the drill era? Just quick, fast.
I don't listen to them.
Me neither.
That question, I can't get into it. It's
Same.
we will get to the current scene in a minute.
Okay, okay.
But to answer the question myself, one person of course come to mind. I've been talking about this guy on my show multiple times, and we just mentioned him too. Jay Z. We do it for new album for Jay Z. That's one
Mm-hmm.
person who I want to see in this era. Jay Z in this era. That's one person I definitely want to see a new album from.
Okay, yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, I think another group. Even though they from the '80s, but they came back together in the '90s, and now they're doing they're going on tour, and all six of them together. I felt like the perfect time for them to come up with the album. New Edition one.
Oh, that's the greatest um group of all time.
Mm,
The greatest group of all time, no hands down.
mm. Well, speaking of groups, another group that I'm hearing that they're supposed to come out with a biopic, and they are together as well right now, and I believe they're on tour too. And I'm shocked we didn't mention them at all. Jodeci. Yeah.
Interesting. Is it me? But every time when I listen to like Jodeci, I think about that episode when they were on Martin and Martin,
Yeah.
I think like the Vernell show,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Martin just popped out and started singing. So that's interesting to know. And they're all together. That's good,
yeah. It is good.
That's
It is good.
good.
It
I,
is
s-
good.
I seen a video with Which one is it? Is it Casey that used to date Mary J. Blige, and he
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah,
on
yeah, yeah.
the security guard back, and someone was eating chicken, and he was like, "Pass me a piece of chicken." I'm like, "Oh, are you serious?" That was funny though, but definitely had hits.
They do have
Definitely.
his. Yeah, they do have his. I know everybody wanted to see them versus Wait to Men in the verses. Oh,
Ooh.
well, speaking of that, since I'm here, who do you think will win? Who do you think will win that?
Gotta give it to my guys, Boys to Men.
Hmm.
I have to.
I know.
The
I
ends
agree
of
with
the
you.
road.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
What?
And now, I think they're all four of them is back together too. So
Yeah, I seen a clip with
yeah,
what is his name? The one with the deep voice.
I think it was Mike. I think it's Mike. I think it's Mike.
Yes, you're
It's Mike.
right. It is Mike, from my understanding. Yes. So I'm happy to see that because
Yeah,
I heard like he was going through his things. I seen him on
yeah.
Ayanla Fix My Life a
Mm.
few years ago. So I'm happy to see him back,
Yeah, me
with
too.
the
Yeah, me too.
boys.
No, me too. Me too. And he could be on tour with them too, and of course he'll be a part of the documentary and stuff too. So I'm happy
As he
about all that.
should. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
ha-
good.
happy
Definitely.
about happy about that. Happy about that. Now let me dive into this. So, how do you feel about the current music scene as a whole? How you feel compared to the old school era?
Hmm.
And who is your favorite artist from today era?
How I feel about the current music scene right now. Um, I just feel like because representation is everything, and I feel like a lot of peer pressure comes with, our youth as far as they're feeling like they have to have the perfect bodies, the perfect smile, the perfect hair, so I feel like it doesn't represent what we were used to seeing back in the day as far as like everyone just being their own unique self. So I just feel like we're in an era whereas everyone is trying to be perfect,
Yeah, yeah,
and it puts a lot of pressure on, the fans or the supporters. Whereas, okay, I wish I could be like this person rather than, okay, I see this person and I could do it too because this person looked like the girl from
yeah, yeah,
around the way. So
yeah, 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 yeah.
that's the thing. I feel like we're chasing too much of perfection
Mhm.
in this era as far as with the artists and stuff. But like I mentioned, we do have some artists that I love nowadays, these new day artists like SZA,
Yeah,
Mariah the Scientist. We have Duran Bernard, beautiful voice. Coco Jones, Friday, excellent tour. I went to his tour back in June. Vito, and of course my girl Ari Lennox. And they all have their own unique styles and their artistry. It gives me like 90's feel with the
yeah,
bridges and the
yeah.
high notes and all that. So I truly enjoy listening to those artists. And there's probably a few that I haven't mentioned. I would mention Chris Brown, but he's damn near a goat right now.
Yeah, he not
Closest
even he
thing,
not
the
he not
closest,
even
the
come
closest
close.
thing to MJ.
Yeah, yeah. I was just
So
about to say that. Yeah, yeah,
definitely, and I'm happy that he's finally getting his flowers.
yeah. Agree, agree, agree. Today's music scene. I feel like R&B is finding its place again for today
Mm-hmm.
R&B scene. I actually like some of the R&B artists from today.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, like Leon Thomas, the
Yeah.
Gideon dope.
Yeah, he's good.
Daniel Caesar is dope. Of course, SZA, of course, Coco
Mm-hmm.
Jones.
Yeah.
I like some Walker a little bit. Some Walker's up there.
She gives me like Mary Keisha type of like if they I like her album, so definitely speak to the girls when they go through their things, but
And of course, Ari Lennox, of course.
yeah, that's my baby right there.
Yeah, yeah. I like the R&B scene. I love
Mm-hmm.
R&B scene. R&B scene doing anything. I mean, of course, there's a
Yeah,
few.
they've been doing their thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, of course, there's a few that I'm not really into. I can't really get into,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not they're not bad. I just can't get to them.
Yeah. Doesn't
But
give you those feels.
exactly. I mean, a lot of people does like them, but I just don't really like them.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Rap is a different story. Rap is a different story.
How you feel about that?
Like you mentioned earlier, a lot of them sound the same. A lot of them don't sound original. A lot of them heavy. Heavy. Use heavy on samples and stuff like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
I
you
mean,
know
yeah.
who's good? T.I.'s son, Damani.
Oh wow.
He's really good. He gives me like J. Cole vibes, but he's good. I listen to his songs. It's
Yeah.
good. I was surprised a little bit, but I was like, okay, it's good. So
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. It is some that I heard some. Some is good. Some of them is
hmm
good.
but
But
some
yeah.
just talk about the same thing.
Exactly.
Like the
Exactly.
girls, the house,
Yeah. Exactly.
beefs and all that, instead of like the message, which was the true essence of hip hop.
Yeah. Exactly. And Sally, I gotta say, Sally, some of the females is pretty worse. Yeah, yeah. Some of the female rappers are pretty
it's
rough. Yeah. Uh,
I,
I mean,
I can't believe some of them.
yeah. Don't get me wrong. There's a few that I do like. A few I do like. A very few. But I'm gonna shout out one now. Dochi.
Okay.
Dochi's
I
dope.
like,
Dochi's dope.
yes, she's
Dope.
so like a breath of fresh air. She gives me,
Yes.
she she reminds me, not in full capacity, of Missy Elliott,
Yeah.
but the way she's a creative.
Yeah. Exactly.
So like she brings like a different edge to what we've been missing since,
Yes. Yes.
Missy been in her prime. So
I
I
agree.
appreciate her and I'm happy she got her Grammy. Very
I agree.
deserving of that. So,
I
you
agree. I
know,
agree. I agree. Yeah. I definitely do like Dochi.
yeah,
She
she's good.
she kind of remind me of female Kindred. It's a little bit, but
A female who?
Kindred.
Oh, okay, well, she is signed on his
Oh yeah, top dog.
yeah,
Yeah,
Top
top dog. Yeah,
Dog, yeah.
dog.
So
Yeah,
that's good. Yeah, he did his thing, so I'm happy for him.
yeah, yeah. Shout out to Kindred. Shout out to Kindred.
Yes, shout out to
Well,
K Dot.
I got a question about that later, but we're gonna say that before
Okay.
the segment. So, how do you feel about the radio in today's generation, and do you feel like the area of radio is dying?
Um, I feel like, you know what? I had I thought the era of radio was dying until this vibrant brown girl came on the scene by the name of Lauren LaRosa. Shout outs to her.
Yeah, shout out for real.
And
I
I
agree.
just feel like what she's doing such an amazing job, whereas she's bringing the true essence of what radio was. And of course, we love podcasts, which we love it because we get to express our minds and
Yeah.
everything. But as far as like with the radio, bringing in, current events of what's going on and her just being at the courtroom and things of that, I feel like a lot of the OGs of the game, such as Miss Jones, Angie Martinez, they see that. And what was such a beautiful thing about it was for her and Jess to go through that situation. It's not too often that you see two Black women, doing a thing on radio. It's always like they probably wanted them to like fight each other,
Yeah, yeah.
and the way they just changed that whole narrative with some good old classic Boys Is Mine, bringing it back to the 90s R&B.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
thought
yeah,
that was such a dope thing because we don't see too much of that in that world, that entertainment world. So I really love what she does. Like, I'm super proud of her, and hopefully I can work with her one day. Lauren, if you listening, hey.
No, fact. No, fact. No, shout out to her. I like Lauren.
And shout
Shout out
outs
to her.
to her.
I would love to bring her on this show.
Yeah. And it will happen. All you have to
If,
do is just manifest it.
of course. Anything possible. I always say anything
Listen,
possible.
how you think she got on the Breakfast Club?
Fact, yeah, and she's killing
So,
it.
yeah, definitely.
She was a good addition to the Breakfast Club. I'm not gonna hold you.
Great. Yes. It gives out the balance.
Yeah.
So it was good.
But how I feel about radio, I don't feel like it's dying,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like it definitely did change.
Mm-hmm.
especially urban radio. I feel like a lot is going
Yeah.
on. A lot is going on with urban radio, especially Hot 87. You know,
Mm-hmm.
DJ Nups just got fired or whatever
How
that
do you
happened.
feel about that? Because I heard that he and Funk Flex they had like
Yeah,
some sort of disagreement, you know.
yeah.
So
I'm mixed feelings. You know, I like Funk Flex. I'm a fan of
yeah,
DJ Nups too. So hearing that was, you know, I was sad about. It. I was sad about it. I ain't gonna hold you
yeah.
and stuff like that. It was just, yeah. I guess a weird situation. And I heard Funk
Mm-hmm.
Flex conversation about it. It's just a weird situation. I'm not gonna hold you.
Mm,
Yeah, but I would say this. I don't think radio is dying. I feel like if you listen to pop radio stuff like that, like
mm-hmm.
Z 100 or Life FM, I believe they doing fine. I think
Mm-hmm.
they doing fine, and maybe even the WLS is doing fine. But I mean, like stuff like Power 105 and Hot 97, I feel like slowly, but I'm not dying, but
Mm-hmm.
slowly, like maybe in decline because of I got the news they're putting out, the news they're playing,
Yeah.
or even like people listen is more on like Spotify and stuff like that, and not really on actual radio.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I think
because
definitely part
because
two.
you
Yeah,
know how like back in the days all the artists did have was basically radio or going on shows such as like 106 and Park and
yeah,
things of
that,
that.
exactly.
So
Yeah,
now they can market themselves online as far as with Instagram and Twitter and things of that nature. But on the flip side of things, it takes away the essence of the mysteriousness of what an artist was. Could you imagine, like, during the 90s, if Instagram was up and running with the whole East Coast versus West Coast beef?
that would be crazy.
You already
Yeah,
seen what the radio and the magazines and stuff was, instigating. But could you
yeah,
imagine, like, Instagram in its prime, like, with I always think about that. Like that would have been that would have been too much. But we didn't really know too much about it as,
yeah,
like
yeah,
only what was, presented as far as to us from, you
yeah.
know, the interviews and things of that, but we wouldn't been seeing like receipts and all types of stuff that we're just seeing now with these artists. But then it
Fact.
just run it back and let people know that everyone is human and
Yeah,
people
yeah.
go through things whether they have money or not. So it's just
I
it's
mean,
a lot though.
that would be crazy though. And imagine if we did have social media back then. That would be crazy. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah.
That would be
Uh-huh.
crazy. All right, so we both have shows, so and we both had dream artists that we want to work with. So if we had to have a dream artist, who would you want to work with? Name three artists.
Hmm. A dream artist that I would love, dead or alive.
Yeah, that alive. Yeah, that alive.
Tupac. The reason why Tupac, I feel like he was brilliant. He was ahead of his time. I felt like he's just he was just everything, like just ahead of his time, like young, vibrant. He spoke his mind. He wasn't afraid. Um, I would say Whitney Houston because for her to have for her to be such a beautiful woman, I never even paid attention to her beauty until I got older and was like, wow, she was really beautiful. So to have a talent of that magnitude is just amazing that you don't even see the beauty. And nowadays, that's the first thing that gets some of these untalented artists by is by beauty. Um, and last, I would say Chris Brown. And if I can do a little bonus, I'll put my girl Rihanna.
Okay, no, those are good picks. Those are good picks.
So, what about you?
Okay, this is pretty hard. I say so. My first one, I would say Ryan Leslie is one.
Oh, nice.
Dude, a dope producer. He's a dope singer. He also
Yeah.
he a dope entrepreneur. He do a lot of stuff outside of music. So
Mm-hmm.
hearing when I watch his interview, hearing the story has always been dope. So I want to hear more of the story if I ever got a chance to work with him. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Second is of course Michael Jackson. Of course,
Oh, the
yeah,
bomb.
yeah, legend. You already know.
The
Thriller,
originator.
yeah, Thriller, bad, off the wall.
You're right.
Like I want to wish I could interview him about the process of those stories. So
Yes.
that would be crazy. And third, a living legend right now, Stevie Wonder.
Right? I feel like he has so much
Yes,
wisdom.
yes, yeah.
You're
And
right.
that's, legend, so much music. Yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah,
that's a
he's
lot right there.
good.
Yeah. And if I have to do a bonus,
Mm-hmm.
I got to talk about this person because this man he created something amazing and he brought out a lot of artists making this thing. Very Gordy.
Yeah, and he still looks good for his
Yeah,
age.
yeah, for real.
I seen him. I think Tracy Ellis, like she recorded him at his birthday party or so,
Yeah,
and he was dancing and he was just so vibrant and everything. And I was like, wow, this is the guy who discovered this person and that
exactly.
person.
Yeah,
So, he looks great for his age. I think he's like 90 something, and
he definitely is
he,
90s. I think he definitely up there is 90s.
yeah.
I don't remember what age is like, but he definitely is
Yeah,
90s.
he's all them legends. So that's
And
good. That just shows that he was growing up right with them too,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's good.
But well, speaking of Barry Gordy,
Mm-hmm.
he created a lot of legends. There's a lot of legends that he created. I want to see a biopic from.
Yeah. I would
So
I would actually like to see a biopic from Barry Gordy himself
there you go. Well,
because
there you go.
I found some tea.
I'm pretty sure it's a lot of tea.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Well. Speaking of this, now we did mention it. Who else you want to see from a biopic that we have not got yet? We know,
Um,
we know Booty Man coming out. We know Jodie C coming out. We know Michael Jackson coming out. It got pushed back next year. But who do you want to see that we haven't heard see yet?
I feel like Mary J. Blige.
Yeah,
Just because I feel like she came up in that era, whereas she probably seen a lot of things. And during that time, people probably said, oh, she has an attitude and stuff. And that was probably just her just protecting herself. Um, Mary, I would say, I was just thinking about this the other day too. I'm trying to remember who I said would be interesting to see a biopic on. But for right now, I'll say Mary. I'm gonna wait a little bit for Breezy.
yeah. Chris Brown would be dope though. Well,
Yeah.
what? I got five. I got five.
Oh, so we could do five? Oh,
Yeah.
I thought just one. Okay.
Well. First, I
So,
did someone, but yeah, let's do five. Let's do five.
okay.
I got five. I
Okay.
got five.
So, all right. So I'll do my five in no particular order. I'll say Mary J. Blige. Um, I would say Missy Elliott,
Mm,
just because we already got the buy-in from 50 when he first came out,
yeah,
so we
yeah,
gotta scratch that. I would say Jay-Z.
yeah.
I would say that. Um, Justin Bieber. I just wanted to be funny, but as far as Mary J. Blige, just I would say, Will Smith.
I thought about Will Smith. I did thought about Will Smith. I'm not gonna lie.
And I have someone, I just thought about this the other day and I was like, that would be dope to see. I'm gonna have to think about that one, but give me your five.
Okay, so I know three. I know well, actually. Oh, now I do got my five now. Now.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, one of the artists just mentioned, Stevie Wonder, definitely. I feel like, yeah, I want to see a biopic for Stevie.
That would be good.
I agree with Jay-Z. I do want to see.
Mm-hmm.
I've been talking about Jay-Z for a minute.
Yeah.
And these three is Motown legends, but I highly doubt they're gonna do a biopic because they done a lot of controversial things.
So it is. Go on.
Diana Ross and the Supremes.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they never go do that one because Diana. I love
Yeah.
Diana, but you ain't know.
Yeah. Some stories.
Yeah, Marvin Gaye,
Mm-hmm.
and their family is strict, so we know they.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, very strict.
Yeah. And last but not least, another person who had a controversial family a little bit, the Ali brothers.
Mm.
Yeah.
Now that you mentioned Motown, it just made me remember who it was that I really want to see a biopic on. She was a fellow Motown artist by the name of Tammy Terrell, which
Oh yeah.
is,
Oh yeah.
I
Oh
would
yeah.
love to see that because allegedly what some of these big star artists did to her that
Yeah.
made her,
Yeah. Yeah.
fall sick is just crazy.
Yeah. No.
So,
Yeah. Yeah. I saw. Yeah. I saw the unsung.
yeah,
I was like, wow,
same.
yeah. I ain't gonna hold you. That one made me sad when I saw that one.
It did because she was only 23 when she passed,
Yeah.
and she
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
just the industry just did what it did, and been
Yeah.
around those men. And back then, we weren't, as vocal as far as women and men because
Yeah.
DB can go both ways.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And, people just thought it was acceptable, and, it was just so sad to see her not being able to really, like, she just suffered from, the hands of the men that she claimed that she loved. So sad.
Yeah. It was sad. It was sad. But that also would be a part of Marvin Gaye's story too, because she was a part of Marvin Gaye's thing too. Remember they had like two albums.
Yeah.
They had two albums together.
They actually did, I think she did her last performance with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that was tragedy, but
It was,
yeah,
yeah. It was.
with the whole Motown, there was just so much going on back in the day.
It was. It was. It was. But through a legendary company, but yeah.
Yeah,
A
a
lot
lot
of
of scandals and a lot of stuff. So I guess it just came with that,
yeah.
you know.
For real. And my last question: which artist that you want to see get their flowers?
Which artist? Um, as far as with Chris Brown, I feel like he has it with the fans, but as far as when it comes down to mainstream media, I feel like they always trying to break him down.
Yeah.
But God doesn't play about him, as he doesn't play about none of his children. And he wasn't willing to compromise himself in order for them to, want to do this and want to do that. It's a whole different ball game when it comes down to the industry. And I be in a rabbit hole just reading up on certain things. So to see him at a high level that he is with the help of his fans, with mostly all the help of his fans rather than mainstream media, because they don't want to promote him. They don't want him on the award shows. They'll say, oh, you can perform for Michael Jackson and have him work hard with his dances and then just decide at the last minute, like, nope, we're not doing it. That can break someone down. So to see him just, continue to grow and glow, I wish him the best. Shout out to Breezy.
I actually agree with you on that.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Brown definitely do deserve his flowers. Yeah, mainstream media did not treat him well at all. Even even after he learned from his mistakes, he was young when it happened.
And then it just goes back to, a lot of people say, he shouldn't have did that. I don't condone DV. Like I said, my first population working in the social service field was with DV, and I don't condone it from all genders.
Yeah.
But it's something whereas you have to have grace for individual as far as, not trying to, make up something for a person and say, oh, justify, oh, he hit this person because of what? But both of them were, beating each other up. It just so happened that, he got the best of her that night. Maybe she probably got the best of him some other night.
Yeah.
But for them to really try to close out on his dreams and just try to cancel him at such a young age, we talking back in 2008, if I remember. So he was probably like 19. Now you see how everything is playing out, whereas people that wanted to cancel him, their skeletons is coming out of their closet. And now it's like, oh, y'all was trying to cancel this person, but y'all did way worse than what he did during that incident. And it was just like, wow, Like y'all really would do that to someone, and you see how God works. Whereas Michael Jackson passed the following year in
Yeah.
'09, and
Yeah.
they wanted all these artists to do tributes, and everybody was feeling it like nobody could do what Chris Brown could do.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it took Jermaine Jackson to introduce him on that BET stage where
Yeah.
he broke down and started crying. And
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just said, wow, Michael probably was just like, oh, I see what they trying to do to him, just like what they try to do to him, which is a whole
Yeah.
different story. But um, he definitely is one of the greats, and I wish him well. And I'm grateful to see that people been riding with him because he's truly an artist. He's a triple threat.
Yes. 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 And yeah, shout out to Chris Brown. One day, I really hope one day this happens. We see him on the Super Bowl stage, Super Bowl halftime.
Yes, that would be dope. But that's not gonna happen right now.
Yep. Yep. As long Jay's, Jay's in there. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Which
Hopefully-
is like,
Hopefully one day. But speaking of Jay, I heard a rumor that people saying Jay-Z might be the halftime show next year.
I mean, I wouldn't mind, like I said, some hits,
but-
but at the same time, I mean, I want to see some pop, lock, and drop it. Come on, Breezy. That would have been dope. Leading into like from Breezy Bowl, like how they did with Usher with the whole Vegas residency, and then going into Super Bowl. That would have been dope for Breezy. But you know how the industry is when it comes down to him. So maybe some other time, maybe in the next 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. But Niah, before you go,
Yes.
we're gonna play a segment game.
Oh, okay. I'm down for a game.
And the segment game is called the Face Off.
Oh God, this sounds scary.
Which is the MrGentleman, like the pocket version of the verses. Where I would give you two verses, 2 artists go against each other. 3 artists go against each other, and you pick which one would you want to win.
Okay.
I would join in. I would join in on this too.
Okay.
All right. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So the first artist I got is Joe versus Tyrese versus Genuine versus Tank.
I would say Tank. I like Tank.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm not gonna hold you. When I created this, I thought this could be an easy one. I already know who to pick. All of them is dope.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, so how I would do this one, I'm gonna pick the one who I feel like I listen to the most.
Okay.
And the one I've listened to the most is honestly Tyrese.
Okay. You know, me and Tyrese is beefing because he forgot to put my sign Aquarius on Signs of Love Making. I would have chose him too, but he done took out the Aquarius, so
Dang. All right, so sorry, Tyrese. That's y'all business.
Yeah. And he's I think he's a Capricorn. I'm like, really?
All right, the next one we got New Edition versus Boyz II Men.
Oh, easy. New Edition. Without New Edition, there would be no Boyz II Men.
Yeah, true. I'm agree with you on that. I'm gonna say Boyz II Men as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this next one might be an easy one, but I'm gonna throw it in there. Little Kim versus Foxy Brown.
What? Little Kim, Queen B, shall I proceed? Yes, indeed. But I love Foxy. That's my girl. But of course we gotta go with the notorious K.I.M.
I love both of them.
Yeah.
But I might have to agree. I'm gonna say Little Kim.
Mm-hmm. I love both of them. I wish like Foxy, she's on her little MIA thing. She need to come back out, but
I agree. I want to hear the album Foxy.
You know who reminds me of Little Kim mixed with Foxy? She's the rapper from Brooklyn, Lola Bunny.
Oh, Lola Brooke. I don't know.
Yeah, Lola Brooke. Yeah, I'm like Lola Bunny. But yeah,
she. I agree. She do remind me of Foxy. I agree with you on that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go. That was
Oh.
another person. That was another person I was gonna say that I like from the New School era. So, yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I like her
she's
too.
dope. I like her new she did like a little post on, well, not a little post. She did a post on IG and she was like out of the car and stuff. And I was like, oh, okay, she putting Brooklyn back on the map. Because sometimes as females, we like to dance and be sexy and all that, but sometimes we don't want to hear about what we could do on a man and all like,
Yeah,
real ones know what it is, but
yeah,
sometimes we want to just listen to some real stuff and vibe.
yeah.
Everything doesn't have to be a twerk,
Yeah. I agree. I
you
agree.
know?
I agree.
So,
Okay, so next one. This could be an instant one. Britney Spears versus Christina Aguilera.
oh man, Christina.
Hmm. I agree with you. I mean, I like Britney music, but overall, I like Christina better though.
Yeah,
I like
vocals is
Christina music.
amazing.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Next one might be instant for you too. NSYNC versus Backstreet Boy.
Oh man, I know my fresh air my sister Amanda. If she hears this, she's gonna be like, "What?" But I'm gonna have to go with Instinct.
Um, I agree with you. I'm gonna say NSYNC. I had a debate with somebody about this. They was upset that I picked NSYNC, and
Uh huh.
I do gonna ride with NSYNC. I do like Backstreet Boy too,
I
though.
do
I never hold you.
too. I
I never
grew
hold
up
you.
on Backstreet. One of my first concerts was seeing the Backstreet concert at Jones Beach back in the day with my fresh air fun sister. So I know she gonna be like, "What? As many dances we practice and all that." But instant, you got to give it for them.
But but
JT.
but but I gotta get to Backstreet Boy though, because they've been together consistently for all these years.
Yeah.
I
I
gotta
mean,
get on that. I gotta get on
listen, when I'm doing my little karaoke outings and stuff, I'll be picking choosing some of those songs. So they dope though. Both of
that.
them. They held down in 90's for sure when it came down to like, the white
Yeah.
band music with
Yeah. All
soul.
right, so this next one, I can't believe I'm gonna ask this. I can't believe I'm asking this, especially because one of the person I'm on that on this list I do not like at all. I want to see if you know which one.
Uh-huh. Okay.
All right, so on this next one is Nicki Minaj versus Megan Thee Stallion versus Cardi B.
Um, hmm. I don't know why I'm acting like I have to choose, but I love Nikki. As far as like, sh- you know, Cardi, I love her come up. I love watching her like from her IG posts from back in the day when she first started to seeing her on Love and Hip Hop. I love her come up story. But when it comes down to like the hustle and bustle of the industry before um Instagram was popping. We talking the beginning of MySpace era. We have to give flowers where it's due to my girl Nicki Minaj. She was basically the only female in the game going against a lot of guys. She can be a little cringe at times as far as with certain things, but when it comes down to her artistry, nobody is messing with her like that in the rap game.
There you go. And I'm gonna say this. Good
And
answer.
what
Good
about
answer.
you?
I
Because you
mean,
said I want to know which one you don't like. I want the
well,
tea.
firstly, for the obvious pick, the obvious answer that you is Nicki. Of course, I love Nicki.
Yes.
I love Nicki. I love Nicki off the bat. You already know. Megan. Big feelings of my Megan. I mean, she could rap. She could rap,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot of the extra stuff I don't like. I mean, of course, Nicki too. Nicki too.
Yeah.
Nicki too. Personal like stuff, Nicki, you handle that. But when it comes to the music, I love Nicki music.
Mm-hmm.
Megan, some songs I like of Megan. Not everything, but
I think
yeah,
with
yeah,
Megan, you see, she could rap when it comes down. Like I like when she get into her Tina Snow bag. Like
yeah,
Bigger in
exactly.
Texas, I really like that song as well as the video. It gave me like classic, 2000 video vibes. But when it comes down to all the extra things,
Yeah,
it's just
exactly.
like, come on. And I think it's more so of a lack of guidance, whereas she's looking to
Yeah,
belong because, her parents passed away. The people that were the closest to her is no longer here. So
yeah,
for
yeah,
her to come into this industry and befriend so many people, she put herself in certain situations.
Thank you. Yeah.
But I will, I'm a girl's girl, so what I will say on a positive note is that her new guy, Clay Thompson, I think Clay Thomas,
Oh,
he
yeah.
seems like he's level headed and he seems like a breath of fresh air for her. So we'll just see how that goes. But I'm real big on not posting my man until like after a good 6 to a year or sometimes never. But
Yeah.
like I get it, she's in love and stuff, but she need to just, gatekeep that for a little bit because she's been through a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And Cardi.
Hardy.
No comment. Next.
No comment. I want to know now since you said that.
Yeah. That. Oh, wait. I remember you asking who the person I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
Cardi is the one I'm not a fan of.
Why you not?
It's a lot. Well, I don't like her music like that.
Mm-hmm.
She don't to me she don't come up authentic to me. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It always feel like she playing the act. I don't know. It just doesn't
How you feel about her record that Jay cleared, Imaginary Players?
no comment on that. No
They was
comment.
showing like an old YouTube video of what was the girl name that passed away a few years back? Um, she was from Brooklyn, and I guess she got interviewed over by Union Square, and she had on her work
Oh yeah,
outfit.
yeah. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
And they
Yeah.
was like, she should have been on it, but she passed. But she, I don't know. I'm surprised Jay cleared that, but
I'm surprised. I'm
I guess
surprised.
anything to ruffle Nicki Minaj feathers,
I guess so. I'm
cause yeah,
surprised. Jay, sorry, that was a bad move.
uh huh,
Let's get to that question. Let's get to that question.
yeah, Nicki, she's number one when it comes down to the rap game.
Yeah. All right, so the next question, this could be a funny one. J. Cole versus Drake versus Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, my fellow 128er, J. Cole, duh.
I gonna hold you. I would take Drake out of the Cajun and put J. Cole versus Kendrick. This is a hard one because both of them dope rappers.
Yeah, they are.
Both of them
They
dope.
are.
Both of them dope. But if I had to, I might have to go with Kendrick because I listen to Kendrick more than J. Cole. But I do.
Mhm.
But
I like J. Cole, like Forest Hill, like yeah,
that's that was a dope album.
yeah.
album.
Came out with a birthday song, so you already know. But
But in terms of Drake, I like the old Drake.
but you know what? I'm not gonna sit up here and say that I'm not a Drake fan, as well as a KD. I actually enjoy all three of them, right?
Yeah.
I feel like Drake, he held down the 2010s down with the hits and everything, so I'm
Yeah.
not gonna knock him. He came off a little towards the end when KD, he did the
Yeah.
whole, the diss and everything. But as artists, you have to understand that's a part of the game. Keep it in the
Exactly.
music. It's not like he was out in the streets trying to fight you. But if you feel like you're an artist and you want to do whatever, then put it in the music.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Kendrick had a great year.
Last year and this year.
Yeah, because he won an Emmy this year. He just recently won one for the performance. Yeah.
See,
Mhm.
and he still got more stuff coming out. He got the movie with South Park to create for South Park that's about to come out soon. So
So
yeah, so it's a big thing. All right,
yeah.
next we got Beyonce versus Rihanna. This might be an easy one.
Beyonce versus Rihanna.
Yeah.
I love Beyonce as far as what she does for the culture, what she highlights more so for our culture, where it comes down to the black cowboys and things of that. Whereas a lot of people don't know that we are the originators of, the cowboys and the cowgirls. So I love that. And I love how she's ruffling their feathers as far as with the country genre, whereas we're so welcoming, whereas they'll claim that hip hop is, a black person's era of music, but we're so opening, whereas it's the Eminems and things of that. Even with, soulful R&B, we are welcome to JT's and, the Justin Biebers and things of that. So why is it that it's an issue when a black woman or man want to do country? So I felt like Cowboy Carter, it did what it needed to be done. So I love her as an artist, but to make a long story short, I'm gonna go with my girl Rihanna. But I love Beyonce and I love what she does for the culture.
I mean, I love both. I love both artists.
So who would you choose?
I'm gonna go with the person that I listen. I'm gonna go with this. Always my school. I'm gonna go with the person I listen to more. And I go with Rihanna. I listen to Rihanna.
Okay, yeah.
Beyonce. I mean, I like Beyonce, but I can't listen to everything.
Yeah, like Rihanna, she's just, I'm just waiting for Beyonce to come out with Act 3. I'm manifesting that's the Destiny's Child era. I know people are saying that's the rock and roll era, but I hope it's the Destiny's Child era to finally close out all the acts. But Rihanna, that's the girl right there. Even though she ain't come out with an album since 2016, she's still good in my book.
I mean, she do music low key though. She
with the features.
Yeah, she was on the Black Panther 2 soundtrack. She did the Smurf soundtrack, I believe, and some other stuff too. So I mean, she slowly do music.
Yeah, but she's taking the time out as she should to, be an active mom and making sure that the babies are good. So, I'm gonna let her continue, but I know when she come out with an album, it's gonna be a banger.
It is, mind you, it is. She one person I do want to see a new album from.
Yeah, because Auntie was great. I still listen to that. It's classic.
That is a dope album. All right, this next one. We've been talking about these three all this. to add them on here, it doesn't want to make things difficult. Brandy versus Monica versus Aaliyah.
I'm gonna go with my fellow Aquarius sis, Brandy. You know what? To make it fair, give it to baby girl Aaliyah. Since she can't represent the way the girlies can right now. But Monica, amazing artist. I love her sassiness. I love her voice. I love that she's so real. Like she just reminds you of a around the way girl. And she's a GOAT. You know what I mean? I love that for her. I love that she didn't let the industry change who she is, because there's a lot of people that probably felt like, oh, dag, all right, Aaliyah passed away and now Brandy, she has a show, she's in movies and all that. What about me? And she just stood strong. She's, so give it up for my good old Scorpio sis. Love the Scorpios. But to make it fair, I'll do Aaliyah just because she couldn't do what she was destined to, do. So we'll keep it like that.
I ain't gonna hold you. All three of them is dope. You already know.
In their own unique way, right?
They're all uniquely. Like we always talk about them like most of this episode. They're all talented. Like
definitely
ways. But if I had to pick, I gonna have to go with the one I listen to the most.
As you should. And which one is that?
It's definitely Brandy. I love Aaliyah.
Full Moon is my song.
Full Moon, yeah.
Must be let me not start singing up on this show. I ain't gonna be like, oh. So that's cool. Question. I'm trying to learn the Chris Brown Is Depends dance. Do you know how to do it?
I do not.
Okay, good. I don't feel bad because I've been trying. I've been doing my little 2-step, but can't get to the part where it's might as well. But it is what it is.
But speaking of Chris Brown, the next one, Chris Brown versus Trey Songz versus Neo versus Usher, the king of the 2000s.
He said the king of the 2000s, so let me know.
These four fellas.
I know.
These four fellas. The killers. I guess R. Kelly. I guess add R. Kelly too.
Oh, we gonna add R. Kelly?
Man. The king of 2000s. Chris Brown, Trey Songz, Neo, Usher, and R. Kelly. Who-
You
Which one?
know what? I'm gonna have to keep Kells in the 90s just to play it cool. But that Usher Confessions album, amazing. Amazing. Like, what? So
I
I'll
mean,
say Usher.
yeah, I agree with I put R. Kelly in the '90s, but I do like Chocolate Factory because that's one of my
Mm-hmm.
favorite albums for R. Kelly, The Chocolate Factory. I would just say that. Of course, Neo, my guy. I love Neo the music.
Mm-hmm. His first album. He's irking me right now. So me and Neo, we gonna have to have a talk because he's doing way too much with the little girls and he's something, but
Neo first album, Neo third album.
Is
Neo
that
second.
Mr. Gentleman?
Yeah.
Check you. I know why you like to see.
Yeah. Mr. Gentleman, Mr. Gentleman was inspired by the third album. So yeah,
Okay.
inspired by the third album. But Chris has always been dope. I like Trey Songz. Reddy's
Mm-hmm.
always Reddy's my favorite album.
I can't listen to that album. That's how my son got here. So I stay away from that. Like,
but as always, Usher, of course. Not
yes.
only Confession, but the album before Confession.
8701.
8701. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's another dope album. So yeah, all right, y'all go Usher.
Yeah, that shit's good.
Yeah, Usher dope. And the last one, to end it all. All right, Michael Jackson versus Prince versus Whitney Houston.
MJ. Love them all. Those are major goats.
Yeah.
Major goats that I grew up on. But nobody is topping MJ. He is the muse. He's everything. But you know what? To make it fair, because I love them all so much, and I'm gonna just keep it like this. Michael Jackson, when it comes down to the videos, nobody could top him. When it comes down to the voice, nobody could top Whitney.
Yeah.
And when it comes down to I don't give a fuck and I'm gonna tell it how it is and play my guitar and do what I do best, nobody could top Prince. So we'll keep it like that.
That effect. I mean, of course, overall it will be Mike for me, but I like that. I like how you put that. I do agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I like how you put that. But Miss Niah, thank you for coming to the show. This was a really
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, this was a really fun conversation.
Same. I was a little nervous at first, but thank you for just being so welcoming and just vibing how we vibe, and I really appreciate it. And in the future, when everything is all set and done, I would love to have you on Who the F is Nana, so I can have you in a hot seat. I'm ready to have you in a hot seat, Mr. Gentleman. So.
Oh boy.
I'll be nice, but I definitely appreciate you, and I just wanted to give you your flowers once again for just being such a dope individual and just staying true to who you are and just being dope. So thank you so much.
And thank you for that, and I appreciate it, and thank you for that. And also, I accept your invitation. I definitely would love being on your show. Long time.
Yes.
It's definitely gonna make that happen. But of course,
before
you go, drop your social media where everybody can reach you and drop where they can listen to What the F is Nana. It's your time.
Okay. Hello, everyone. This is your girl Niah Roommate, aka Who the F is Nana. You can reach me on my IG at WTF_IZ_NANA. That's on IG. You can also reach me on TikTok. I'm a TikTok girly now at NIHRUM@EEEE. So that's 4 E's. Look at me trying to learn how to do this. It depends dance. I'm making a fool of myself, but you know what? You got to start from somewhere. But I'm just once again excited to be on with my homeboy from junior high school. Not too many people could vibe with people from junior high school, so it's such a blessing. And continue doing what you do best, and continue growing and glowing.
Yeah, there you go, and thank you again. And y'all definitely will see Niah more on the show because I might invite her many more times.
Yes, I would love to be on your show again. So thank you. I appreciate it so much.
So look out for more Niah. And
Yes.
thank you, and we'll be right back.
Later.
Hello, everybody. This is your boy Ken, aka Mr. Gentleman. Now, I am the host of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast, and this commercial break is brought to you by Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast presents Spinoff Series Thursdays. And Spinoff Series Thursday is the new home for Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast Spinoff Series that brought to you shows like A Conversation About Music Podcast, The Old School Show, and Date Night Talk Podcast. And A Conversation About Music Podcast is a music spin-off series where we talk about anything music, from the current music scene and the old school music scene, where we interview many guests that's in the music industry and artists about their music journey. We have a segment game called The Face Off, which is a versus inspired game. And we have roundtable discussion about variety of music topics. And y'all can check out A Conversation About Music Podcast every first Thursday at 12 a.m. Every first Thursday at 12 a.m. Now, the Old School Show that featured myself and the star Roddy Rod is a show where we discuss anything old school, from music, TV shows, movies, and many more. We also bring in guests to join in on the old school conversation. Y'all can check out the Old School Show with myself and the star Roddy Rod every fourth Thursday at 12 a.m. Every fourth Thursday at 12 a.m. And last but not least, we have Date Night Talk Podcast with myself and Miss Vanna B, where we talk about anything relationship related topics like love, dating, relationships, cheating, the good and the bad, and many more. And y'all can check out this spin-off series, Date Night Talk Podcast, every second and third Thursday at 12 p.m. So look out for Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast presents Spin-Up Series Thursday, A Conversation About Music Podcast every first Thursdays. The Old School Show with myself and the star Roddy Rod every fourth Thursdays, and Date Night Talk Podcast with myself and Miss Vanna B every second and third Thursdays. And y'all can check out Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast every Sundays for the main series and every Thursday for spin-off series Thursdays. And thank y'all for checking out this commercial break. And now back to your regularly scheduled program. True! I just want to take the time to thank everybody for tuning into the latest episode of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Thanks to my special guest, my returning guest, Niah from What the F is Nana, for coming on the show. It was definitely a fun conversation, and I can't wait to bring it back on Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. And I can't wait to come on your show. We definitely have to make that happen. Once again, thank you, Niah, for coming on the show. You already know where we are every Sunday for the main series, every Thursday for spin-off series Thursdays, where we have shows like A Conversation About Music Podcast, new season in November, and every first Thursday at 12 p.m. Date Night Talk Podcast with myself and Ms. Vanna B returns in November, and every second Thursday at 12 p.m. The Old School Show with myself and the Star Rider Ride, new season coming in 2026, and every fourth Thursday at 12 p.m. And look out for the newest spin-off series Thursday show, the Top 20 Countdown Show, the series with myself and Jalen, comment in November. Every Thursday at 12 p.m. So support MrGentleman Like That Pocket Presents Spin-off Series Thursday. Returns in November, so look out for that. You can check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Kapaz, and many more. Y'all can rate the show 5-star rating on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Kapaz, Pie Chases. The more y'all reach, more people know about MrGentleman Like That Podcast. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel at Ken, aka MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Ken, aka MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast, where you can listen to the audio version of MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast. You can check out MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast TV, the visual version of the show, and check out MrGentleman Facts Quote of the Day, which will be dropping every Mondays. We will be returning to that real soon once we figure out our TikTok situation. So look out for more MrGentleman Facts Quote of the Day in the future. And subscribe to the YouTube channel at Ken, aka MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast. If you want to be guest on MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast, send me a bio about yourself and everything that you do to my email, KenYPGENT@gmail.com, or hit me up on social media, Ken_MrGentleman. I repeat, Ken, KEN _ Mr. MR Gentleman, GENTLEMAN, and we can set something up. I still look for guests for season 9 of MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast and season 10 of MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast and some of the spin-off series Thursday show. I am looking for artists for a conversation about music podcast, and look for people who want to tell their dating story on our newest spin-off series Thursday show, Date Night Talk Stories, coming in 2026. So if you want to be a guest, send me a bio about everything that you do, and we can make something happen. You can also check me out on the Premier Voice Podcast with myself, Aaron Kitoksan, Star Writer Rod, and Long Live the Chief Mighty Mouth. New season of the Premier Voice Podcast on October 1st. And every Wednesdays at 12 p.m., a part of the Premier Powerverse Network. Other show that you can check out in the Premier Powerverse Network, King Talk with Aaron Sands, hosted by Aaron King Talk Sands. You can check out all episodes right now. Look out for his newest spin-off series Thursday show, At the Hours with Aaron Sands, coming soon. You can check out all episodes of Star Time Podcast, hosted by the Star Writer Rod, on all podcast platforms right now. Look out for new episodes of Welcome to the Trilogy, hosted by Long Live the Chief Mighty Mouth. New episode coming soon. Listen and support every show in the Premier Podverse. And time for everybody's favorite segment. It's time for MrGentleman Like That Shout Out, where we shout out podcasters and we give them their flowers. Last week, we shout out these 4 shows last week. Labrador Listen, The Pivot Season, Hard Rick, Soul for Life Podcast, and Mama's Life Podcast. Check out those 4 shows that we mentioned 2 weeks ago. I forgot we was on break last week, 2 weeks ago. But today we got 3 new shows that we're gonna shout out for this week. MrGentleman Like That Shout Out. And of course, it wouldn't be an episode if we don't shout out today's guest show, What the F and Nana, hosted by Niah, which navigating and finding a place in society. You go through the highs and lows that mold us into who we are today. And this is a really good show. She talked about many things, the good, the bad, even get crazy on certain episodes. And she be nothing but herself. So check out What the F and Nana. It's a really good show. Check this show out. Next show we're gonna talk about is The Things About Us podcast, hosted by Willie and Fiona. And they are 2 married couple who dive into many topics from love, relationship, dating, marriage, life, mental health, and many more. I was on this show a couple years ago. This is a really good show. Check out The Things About Us podcast. Also, we got another show that he also had called The League of King podcast, hosted by him and Big Brother, which dives into conversations that help you bear the weight of your crown. And this is a really good show as well. Many dope conversations. And check out the League of King podcast as well. Check out the 3 shows that we mentioned on this week, MrGentleman Like That Shout Out, What the F for Nana, The Things About Us podcast, and the League of King podcast. And that is this week, MrGentleman Like That Shout Outs. Chill. And of course, add me on Good Pod, Ken, Mr. Gentleman. Y'all already know Good Podcast, the many independent podcasts. See what everybody listens to. We can rate each other's shows. And we had chart at this time. A time for Mr. Gentleman, like the achievement, where we spotlight everything Mr. Gentleman, like the podcast is doing. And of course, we on the Good Pod chart. While we was on break, we was number one for a minute for Society and Culture. Until recently, we dropped to number 12 on the Nova chart and number 3 on the Indie chart. Thank you for everybody who continued to check out Mr. Gentleman Night Pocket while we on break. For a personal journal, we are still number one. We've been number one for 25 days. So thank y'all for that. Also, while we was on break, we were number 3 for Top 100 shows. And we were number 1 for Top 100 show in the Indie chart. And that's crazy because I haven't been number 1 on Top 100 shows in like over 3 years. So to be number 1 for Indie for one day, really means a lot. Thank you for everybody that listen to Mr. Gentleman Like That Podcast on Good Pod and all podcast platforms. Really means a lot. Once again, thank you everybody. And of course, check out the official website of Mr. Gentleman Like That Podcast, www.realmrgentlemanlikethatpodcast.com. You listen to every episode of Mr. Gentleman Like That Podcast, all 254 episodes of Mr. Gentleman Like That Podcast. You can check out every guest who's been on Mr. Gentleman Like That Podcast. All 82 guests who've been on Mr. Gentleman Like That Podcast. You can check out every guest appearance that I've been on. More guest appearances coming real soon. And of course, you can check out the official merch of Mr. Gentleman Like That Podcast, www.mrgentlemanlikethatpodcaststore.dasher.com. We have shirts, hoodies, mug, masks, hats, and many more. Check out the official merch store so we upgrade your listening experiences. Check out the official merch store of Mr. Gentleman Like That Podcast, www.mrgentlemanlikethatpodcaststore.dasher.com. And check out the official website of Mr. Gentleman Like That Podcast, www.realmrgentlemanlikethatpodcast.com. Once again, thank you everybody who tuned into the latest episode of Mr. Gentleman Like That Podcast. Really means a lot. And thank y'all. Next week is the mid-season finale of Mr. Gentleman Like That Podcast. And we do have a special guest. I will not reveal that special guest until later in the week. So look out on social media for the next guest of Mr. Gentleman Like That Podcast for the mid finale of Mr. Gentleman Like That Podcast. Have a good day or night wherever you're listening to this episode.
Hey guys, it's Sharice, and you're listening to Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. All right.